because by the time police retrieved it from the aquarium pool, the lemon spent somewhere between 1 and 2 weeks inside a shark's digestive tract. That was inside of a shark's digestive tract. That's right, they also managed to find out that the monster tiger shark wasn't the original muncher of the arm. It was in the stomach of the shark that the tiger shark ate, which is not exactly a spa treatment. So the skin was pale and waterlogged, soft enough that if you pressed on it too hard, the tissue underneath would basically collapse. The fingertips were swollen and wrinkled from stomach acids and seawater, and the outer skin had already begun separating from the flesh underneath, which meant detectives couldn't just roll the fingerprints like normal, so they had to use a forensic method that is appropriately called gloving. Holly, I really am excited to hear you tell everybody what gloving is.
Well, I would like to apologize in advance to anybody who is currently eating. You picked the wrong podcast on this fine day, but what happened next was essentially precision skin removal. A forensic technician, Constable Lindsay from the fingerprint division, had to carefully cut along the sides of each fingertip. Because the only thing investigators needed from this arm was a thin outer layer of the skin where the fingerprint ridges lived. Then, using surgical tools, Lindsay began peeling the epidermis away from the flesh underneath. Slowly and carefully, the outer skin separated from the soft tissue beneath it like a damp glove sliding off of a hand, except this glove was translucent, gray, and still shaped like somebody's fingers. By the end of the process, what he had left were 5 hollow tubes of human skin. Just the outer layer. What?
Just 5 hollow tubes of human skin.
Yep. Just that outer layer, no muscle, no bone, just the delicate ridged surface that holds a person's fingerprints. Yeah, can you just you can see those 5 little tubes just sitting on a tray somewhere, and it reminds me of those little rubber fingers you get in like your Halloween bag. That's kind of what I got pictured, the little witch fingers.
Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. It's just the way that you described it. Just
I
silly
mean,
business. It's silly.
yeah.
But anyway, so now came the part that feels like it should require hazard pay. Those hollow fingertip thimbles were then slipped over the technician's own rubber gloved fingers. Yes, he literally wore them. Each piece of skin stretched over his finger like a grotesque second glove. It gave the fragile skin texture so it wouldn't collapse or tear. And once the technician had essentially put on the victim's fingerprints, he pressed them onto ink, then rolled them into a fingerprint card, the exact same way you would when you fingerprint a living person. Except in this case, the prints belonged to someone whose arm had been living in the stomach of a marine animal rent-free. And somehow, this actually fucking worked. Kiki.
Cat is so fucking loud.
I love her. Anyways, the ridges were clear and the prints were usable. When police ran them through their files, they got a match.